The Bermuda Triangle. Part 1. The legend begins. It all started on that dark, ominous day in December 1945, a moment that would eventually carve its name into the annals of history as the Flight 19 incident. 5 highly experienced U.S. Navy pilots, all of whom were seasoned veterans, took to the skies for what was supposed to be a routine training mission off the coast of Florida. But as the hours ticked by, the sky shifted from a promise of clarity to an abyss of uncertainty. The final garbled radio transmissions from their flight leader reached the base, and those words would spark one of the greatest mysteries humanity has ever dared to question. Our compasses are broken, we've completely lost our way, and the ocean looks entirely different. Then, as if the sky itself had swallowed the signal, a terrifying silence descended. What makes this event truly bone-chilling is the fact that the massive Mariner rescue plane sent out to locate them vanished into the same coordinates, leaving not a single trace behind. It wasn't just a loss of a plane, it was the total erasure of 14 men from existence. How can an entire elite fleet, staffed by professional, battle-hardened men, simply vanish in an instant? Was this merely a tragic navigation error triggered by a freak weather event? Or did they stumble upon something in the sky, a force or an anomaly that science still refuses to acknowledge? Part 2. Anatomy of the Disappearances. The tragedy of Flight 19, however, was far from being a singular anomaly. It was merely a grim chapter in a much larger, darker book. The Bermuda Triangle has long been accused of swallowing not just nimble aircraft, but massive, indestructible steel leviathans of the sea. Consider the 1918 disappearance of the USS Cyclops, a gargantuan supply ship carrying over 300 crew members and thousands of tons of manganese ore. It slipped into the waves without ever sending a single SOS signal, without one distress flare being fired, and without a single life jacket being recovered. Think about the sheer scale of that. A vessel of that magnitude, a mountain of iron and steel, just ceasing to exist. The ocean can be a cruel, unrelenting mistress. We know that storms can claim even the strongest hulls, but the total absence of evidence is what defies all logic. There were no oil slicks, no debris fields, no wreckage resting on the ocean floor. We're talking about 500,000 square kilometers of water where, historically, dozens of ships and planes have been reported missing. Does this complete lack of physical evidence signify a terrifying triumph of the ocean's depth? Or could these disappearances be signs of a gateway to another dimension? Part 3. The Science and the Unknown. Yet, as the legends grow, we are forced to ask, is there a rational, cold-blooded explanation buried beneath these terrifying campfire stories? The scientific community, anchored in logic and data, points to powerful factors such as the Gulf Stream's deceptively intense currents, which act like a fast-moving river, capable of erasing evidence of a disaster in minutes. They point to the sudden, violent formation of microstorms and the potential for massive methane gas eruptions from the seafloor. Some researchers argue that a sudden burst of these gases could drastically reduce the density of the water, causing a massive ship to lose its buoyancy and capsize in a matter of seconds. These are logical, grounded, and undeniably scientific explanations. However, they struggle and often fail to account for the chilling tales of total instrument failure or the bizarre recurring reports from pilots describing time distortions and electronics failing all at once, only to return to normal seconds later. If these are just natural, recurring phenomena, why do they seem to cluster so intensely in this one specific geographic triangle? We are left trapped in a constant, frustrating clash between hard, empirical science and the stubborn, persistent reports of the unexplained. Part 4. Beyond the Veil. A Hidden Presence. However, some theories elevate the Bermuda Triangle from a mere mystery to something far more unsettling. If what we witness in this region isn't just a collection of natural phenomena, could it be that someone or something is actively intervening? There are persistent, serious claims suggesting that the magnetic anomalies here aren't coincidental, but rather signs of a location being guarded or utilized by an entity with technology or biology far beyond our own. Think about the reports from sailors and pilots over the decades. Unidentified lights rising from the depths, objects appearing and vanishing instantly on radar, and engines stalling for no reason, only to roar back to life as if nothing happened. Are these merely hallucinations born of stress, or is the Bermuda Triangle a forbidden zone? A hub hidden deep beneath the waves, managed by an intelligence we have yet to comprehend. Perhaps we are simply floating on the surface of this vast ocean, completely unaware that below us, in the crushing darkness, a different kind of reality is being orchestrated. This might sound like science fiction, but in a world where over 90% of our own oceans remain unexplored, isn't labeling the Bermuda Triangle as just a natural occurrence a way of ignoring the truth staring us in the face? The final verdict. Perhaps this mystery will never be fully solved, or maybe the answer has been right in front of our eyes all along, hidden in a dimension or a frequency we simply aren't equipped to perceive. So, the next time you find yourself flying over these vast, shimmering waters or sailing across them, what will you feel as you look out the window at that endless blue? Will you see a simple technical error or a natural hazard? Or will you be searching for the shadows of an ancient, hidden intelligence watching us from beneath the waves? Let me know your own theory in the comments down below. I promise I'll be reading every single one. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark unknown, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next deep sea mystery. Stay curious.